I'm planning to get rid of my astigmatism in one-step reduction. Is that right? Welcome back. So, in the Facebook group, there's a comment, and the Facebook group has been growing very quickly, more quickly than I'm really comfortable with, and the point of the Facebook group is to discuss stuff about the Endmyopia method, right? So if you're reading the blog, if you're reading the free guides, if you've gone through the email list, if you're improving your eyesight, if you're back to 20/20, if you want to connect with other people who are on a similar journey, right? Not Bates method, not other stuff, but in particular Endmyopia, maybe you're also doing other stuff, that's the place, link below. Problem is, I don't advertise the Facebook group anywhere. The only way to find the Facebook group is from the Endmyopia site, and in particular in the free guide and blog posts and the email series. So the idea is, if you are finding the Facebook group, you're finding it because you're reading. That's been the idea. But then there is some percentage of new members who ask questions that are clearly saying to me, to others probably, they haven't read anything, right? So if you're asking, like, you want to start out with searching, you want to start out with, there's a whole astigmatism section in the blog. You just go to the blog category, there's a drop down. Astigmatism as a whole, there's like dozens and dozens and dozens of articles and how-to guides and posts and things about astigmatism. So when somebody asks, Ragul in this case, I'm planning to get rid of my astigmatism in one-step reduction, it depends, right? If your astigmatism is low, very low, under 1 diopter low, if you're wearing, say for example, you're wearing glasses and contact lenses, and your contact lenses don't have astigmatism correction, which in quite a few cases I've seen they don't, but your glasses do, and you see fine in your contacts, then you don't need your astigmatism correction, right? If you're starting to wear differential close-up glasses and you eliminate the astigmatism there first, which is what you would do, and you don't need it there, then maybe you want to reduce it in your distance glasses as well, maybe. Now, if you have high astigmatism, if you have a complex correction, right, a big difference between left and right eye spherical, a big difference between left and right eye cylinder, if you have high myopia, if there's a lot going on, you really don't necessarily want to mess with astigmatism. Astigmatism is like one of the later steps to deal with, right? And when you do, you want to do it carefully, because astigmatism is not like spherical myopia. Like you reduce spherical myopia, right? It's like a ball of how far you can see clearly. So as you're reducing your spherical, like the ball shrinks, but the ball shrinks like a ball, like in a round way. Every part of your vision stays the same. You just can't see clearly quite as far. With astigmatism correction, it's like you're changing the shape of the ball. Like astigmatism is like your correction is not a round ball. It's like an oblong ball. It's like there's correction on a specific axis. Now when you eliminate that, you make the ball round. You change the shape of how and where you can see clearly, to really oversimplify it. When you do that, you're challenging your visual cortex. You're really adding a lot of stress to the system, which is fine. At some point it'll happen and you'll eliminate your astigmatism correction and you'll be fine. But there's definitely that period where you're running through that challenge. And that challenge is not necessarily you want to do in one large reduction, and it's not necessarily something you want to do early on. So when I see somebody, you know, it's one of their first posts and they're not talking about how much astigmatism they're reducing, they're not talking about anything else, like they're just putting that out there as a question. Can I just drop my astigmatism correction? That's not a good question. Read first, right? You want to read every single thing on astigmatism on the site first before you ask. Every single thing. And then when you ask a question, or when whoever asks a question, then we all know that you've already done the research and now you're just not sure. You've already read everything. Now you're like, where do I tweak my particular scenario? And we're not making diopter specific recommendations in the form I might not be giving you specific answers because I'm mainly in Back to 2020. This is more of a discussion group, but somebody might chime in with their own experiences, which will be relevant and valuable if the person has gone through and done the reading and the research first. So I guess this is a combination of a quick little primer on astigmatism and a little heads up for people. Don't be lazy. Like, if you're gonna use these resources, right, especially this discussion group, and you don't want to get banned, make sure you ask questions that show that you're asking after you've done research, right? And be careful with astigmatism. Like, it's lens induced in most cases. It's not a real eye condition in most cases, but you're dealing with it anyway. So you want to take your time and you want to do it all in the right. And there's several blog posts. Maybe I will remember, maybe I won't. It's in the FAQ also. What part of your so-called prescription you want to reduce first. All that stuff's on the site. Hope this is helpful. If you're in the Facebook group, if you're noticing stupid questions, feel free to flag them, point them out to me, let me know, so that I can help people along, or let them know that they need to read before they join the group. Right? If you found this helpful, by the way, I've been meaning to do a video outside today. I really did. I brought the camera and everything, but there's just a ton of noise everywhere. There's the fans are blowing in the coffee shop. There's music playing. It's a windy town because it's a kite surfing town, so there's always wind everywhere. I apologize. We're doing it in here. Thumbs up if you like it. Thumbs down if you didn't. If you have your own experiences with astigmatism, if you have opinions on this, leave comments below. I'm always interested in feedback and your experience, what you thought, what you like about these videos, and I'll see you in the next one.